Hey guys, this is Spiritual at Heart Tarot and welcome back to another pick a card reading. Today we're doing a reading about the dark night of the soul. So if you feel like you're going through a dark night of the soul, this is a reading for you. We're going to look at what you can do to help get yourself out of it. We're going to get some advice from your guides, and we're also getting some channeled messages. These can be from your guides or from anybody else that you have a connection with at this time. So for this reading, I selected 4 different piles. We have pile number 1 over here with the rose quartz. There we go. Then we have pile number 2 with the pyrite. There you go. We have pile number 3 with the lepidolite. Let me adjust that a little bit. There we go. And we have pile number 4 with the watermelon fluorite. And again, it doesn't really want to focus, but there you go. Watermelon fluorite. And I must be honest, it was a little bit brighter when I bought it, but it just got a little bit more vague over time, but that's okay. So pick the pile you feel most drawn to and let's get into this reading, shall we? Hello my lovely pile number 1. If you chose this beautiful rose quartz, this is going to be your reading. Let me put her back. We're starting out with some oracle cards, and the first 2 cards are actually oracle cards that have a whole text on the back. And first I just want to show you the fronts, and at the end of the reading I will be revealing their messages. So for now, just take in what they look like. This is the first one that you got. I'm gonna put it right here for now. And this one is the second. I think this artwork is just amazing. If you like this type of artwork, you should definitely check out Izzy Ivy. She is the creator. So we're just gonna keep them here, and at the end of the reading, we're gonna come back to them and read what they say. Let me see how far apart I can put them. We need a lot of space today, so let's put them like that. Now let's take a look at your oracle cards. So we're gonna take a look at your 2 archetype cards first. The first one we have is the Sustainer, number 26. So the number 26 might be significant. And we also have the Shape Shifter, the number 15. So we already have the number 6 twice. We have 15 adding up to a 6, and we have the number 26, obviously has another 6. Let's take a look at the other 2 archetype cards. So the first one came out reversed. By the way, I'm gonna move this up a little bit so you guys can still see. Ooh, that doesn't fit. Let me readjust that then. We're gonna do it like this. Okay, but let's get back to this card. We have Child Magical, but as you can see, it came out reversed. Let's read what it says. So because it came reversed, we're gonna take the shadow attribute, but I do want to read the light attribute with you. So it says, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Then we have the shadow attribute saying pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Again, we don't have enough space. I really misjudged how much space I was going to have. I'm sorry. And you guys are the first pile, so I'm only figuring that out now. But that's okay. And the other archetype you guys got is the servant, but as you see, it came out reversed as well. And let me show it. So the light attribute is delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. The shadow attribute is using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. We're gonna put them here. I think that will do. So let's get into what is said right here. So as you can see, we have a lot of pinks and purples. So I do feel like you are a very loving soul. Pink reminds me of romance, of love, the heart chakra. Rose quartz is also a very loving crystal. So I do think you are very loving by nature. But as you saw, it's not really coming through in the messages from the cards. Now, we do have the sustainer and the shapeshifter. Let's start out on top. So with the sustainer, it looks like you're keeping yourself in a box. You are keeping yourself stuck. You want to break out of this box, but you're scared or you don't know how. You want change, but you don't know how. We also got the shapeshifter, and the shapeshifter is someone that can manifest very quickly, very easily. So clearly we're seeing two very opposite energies. And I feel like the message that we're seeing here is that you might feel like you're stuck, but you are actually a shapeshifter. So you can turn around this situation in a finger snip. It's so easy for you to actually change your circumstances if you're ready to shift your mindset. There is a big transformation that you're capable of, but the only thing is you need that aha moment. And I think that aha moment will be coming soon, or something will happen in your life that will radically change your mindset, and just by changing that mindset, everything will change. You will have a big unfolding of events. So good things are coming, but at this moment you might just not realize that, or you might just not see that. Now let's take a look at these two archetype cards, because we saw that the shadow attributes were highlighted at this moment, and I feel like Spirit picked these two cards to show you that you might be in the energy of the shadow attribute, but they also want to show you what is possible if you put in the work. So with the shadow attribute of the child magical, because you are a magical being, you are a magical child of life. So we have pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. I feel like the biggest thing that's going on in your life now is that you might be feeling depressed. Something happened in your past, and that's the thing that's keeping you stuck. Your mindset has changed because of this event. And now that you have that belief, you keep on attracting things that align with that mindset. So you might have been a very happy and fulfilled child, or you have had very high moments in life, but something big happened. And this changed your mindset. This changed the way you see the world, you see other people. And because of that, you're just holding yourself back now. You're not even open to the new things anymore. And maybe that's why you're not taking action anymore, because you believe that your action won't do any good or it won't change anything. And that's false. That's false. That's something very significant. You will always attract what you believe. So try and see the world in a positive way. You might need to use affirmations, even though you don't believe them quite yet. keep using them, and you will slowly start to believe them, and you will slowly start to attract these positive energies into your life. As we said, you are this great manifester. You are a shapeshifter. You're fully capable of changing your own life. But you have to believe that you can. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to manifest this beautiful life that you've dreamt about. Because I do feel like there is a big purpose that I think you might know what it's going to be about and what you got to do. But you just don't believe in yourself. You don't believe that you can actually achieve that, or that it's actually in the cards for you at this time. But you can. You can. If you change your mindset and if you put in the action, you can actually achieve what you've always dreamt of, or what you've been hearing Spirit tell you about what you can achieve. Because Spirit is definitely communicating with you guys. You might have had a very strong bond with Spirit for a very long time, but you kind of lost touch with it when something bad happened. Like you went through a very hard time and that made you lose faith. Now let's look at this Servant card, because I think that you're very good at serving others, helping others, but it kind of looks like you're offering help to other people a lot, but at the same time you kind of lose that part of you when you're focusing on yourself. Like, you're willing to help all the other people, but are you willing to help yourself? We see her stepping up a ladder. You can be stepping up this ladder, but instead you're helping others step up their ladder, and at the same time you're staying stuck, you're staying stagnant. And we can see more excuses in this card as well. And I know that's kind of not very... It's not a soft way of telling you guys things. I know I can be quite blunt, but it looks like you're making excuses. Because we have this not believing you can take action, or believing that you don't need to take action and everything will just magically happen. But I do feel like for you it's more of a, well, if I put in the work, it's not gonna work anyway, so why should I put in the work? Or why should I give it a try if I'm gonna fail anyway? But it's not the truth. This is a false belief that you're telling yourself, or that someone else has made you believe is true. But you can break out of that belief by just trying. Just give it a go. Like, one step at a time. As we can see with the ladder, you only have to take one step at a time. And Spirit is willing to help you, but you have to make the first move. You have to take that first step. So I can see a lot of encouragement from Spirit to take that first step, to take the bull by its horns, to just get it going, just start. And once you start, Spirit will help you, they will encourage you, they will give you that little push that you need to reach the top. So that's what we're seeing here. And I feel inclined to move my cards. Oh my god, I shifted the camera, I'm so sorry. I hope you guys don't mind. As you can see, sometimes things go wrong. I don't know how long that was shifted the other way. That's terrible. I feel like I want to start over now, or I just want to stop and just, I don't know, give up. But I'm not going to do that. It's okay to make mistakes. I know it looks terrible, and I kind of feel shitty about it now. I just saw 12:22 on the camera. But I know this is what I gotta do. I felt very strongly about making a video about the dark night of the soul. I know that it's a very rough thing to go through. And I can tell you guys, once you come out of it, you'll feel a lot better. So although things are rough right now, although you'll make mistakes, like I just did, like, I don't know how long my camera, I'm gonna look it back and I'm gonna just cringe at myself, like not having anything in the frame. But I'm doing my best and I'm trying to do what I gotta do, what I feel inclined to do. And it's totally okay if something doesn't go as planned. As you can see, that was definitely not planned. If I knew, I might have just not done this reading at all. Just, yeah. I feel kind of ashamed right now, although I know that I don't have to explain myself to you guys. But yeah, that's how bad it can get. And I think that's an energy that you recognize, that maybe you feel ashamed of past mistakes, and it might be something that was not your fault. Like I said, this camera just turned out of itself. I did not touch it. So maybe something in your life happened that you feel ashamed of, but it wasn't your fault. You had nothing to do with it. It was an accident. And I think that's very important for you guys. Like this belief that you have that you might not be a good person or that you're not capable of anything. It comes from a situation that had nothing to do with you. It wasn't your fault. I think it was something that was destined to happen anyway. So I hope you can find some comfort in that knowing. But yeah, just take the lead over your own life. Like, as we can see, your mind is so extremely powerful. You can get yourself out of this dark box. You can get yourself out of this dark night of the soul by just believing in yourself and taking these small steps every single day. And every day is a new day. Every day is a new opportunity to try again. So even though you fall off the wagon, one day, just go to bed. Sleep it out. Try again the next day. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, I'm gonna make sure that my camera stays put now, because I've learned that if I don't look at it, it'll just move. So maybe that's a lesson for you too. It was a lesson for you to be mindful of certain things. Doesn't mean it was your fault, but it will help you in the future to keep an eye on things. So now I have some tarot cards to see if there is a specific message that wants to come through. So the first card we have is the Five of Swords. Oof. So it is a big energy of a fight. You fighting your demons is what I'm seeing. Okay, we also have the Ten of Pentacles reversed and the Seven of Cups. I'm gonna take them together because they did come out together. By the way, this is, whoops, see, there I go again. And as you can see, you see my dog's bench in the background. Yeah, I'm just doing this on my table in my living room because I don't have anywhere else to do it at this time. But that's okay, we're making it work. Okay, then another one flipped already. So it is the Four of Swords reversed. And I kind of think we have space for one more. So that's what we're gonna do. So Spirit, can we get one more card for pile one? And if you're still watching, you know it's meant for you. If you've watched through all of my failings at this time, you know this message is for you. And I thank you for being patient with me and just so accepting of my mistakes. That's very, very kind of you. So I think that must show you that you are actually a very kind and gentle soul, even though you might tell yourself other things about who you are. And I think Spirit wants you to recognize how loving and how kind you actually are. Okay, there we go. The Ten of Swords reversed. Yeah, okay. There we go. So let's start over here with the Five of Swords. And it's upright. So the Five of Swords is an energy of battling, of fighting, of a fight. Most of the times it's someone winning and someone losing. So it does look like, although this is not a human, it's like a carrot or a root of some sorts. So maybe, yeah, that's what it's about. So you are battling your deepest rooted fears at this time. That's why it's a root. You're fighting your inner demons, the deepest, darkest demons that you have. And it does make sense with the darkest night of the soul reading. But you're fighting them and you're coming out stronger than ever. You have this huge knife, fully capable of slaying them. You will come out of this stronger, you will win, you will triumph. You will be okay. You will be okay. Trust that. Believe in yourself. Now we also have the 10 of Pentacles reversed with the 7 of Cups. And the 10 of Pentacles talks about a very stable home life, a very happy childhood, a very happy life in general. But because it's reversed, it does indicate to me that you might have come from a lot of hardship, or like you have been dealt with rough cards in your past, whether this is like a family that wasn't very nurturing to you, or it was at school, you weren't treated very nicely by your peers, feeling left out, or something in your neighborhood that you just didn't align with the people surrounding you. But we do, or it might just be that you did not have a lot of money, you grew up in poverty with the 10 of Pentacles being here. But there was some situation in your past that was not easy at all. It wasn't easy at all. And with this 7 of Cups specifically, we can see that it's like you're trying to grab the bunny, but every time you try to grab the bunny just sinks. As you can see, like every time this bunny pops up, you're like, ah, finally, a bunny, ah, a friend. But every time you try to grasp it, it goes back. So it does look like in your past, or maybe you still hold that belief that everybody you cling on to leaves, or disappears, or something happens, and you'll be pulled away from them. And clearly, these are the demons that you're fighting at this time. These beliefs that you have about who you are, what you deserve, you're fighting them. You're finally realizing that this was something that happened in your past, that happened to you, happened for you. It taught you a lot of things, but it's not what you deserved. You deserve so much more. You are so gentle, so kind. We see Alice in Wonderland. We see this beautiful girl, and you don't even have to be a girl, but we see such a loving and gentle and magical child feeling alone, trying to reach out, but being rejected or being abandoned. And that's pretty sad. And you have to hold a lot of compassion for yourself, because it wasn't easy. But you do have to realize that you are still this magical child that you've always been. And that magical child is not gone. It hasn't changed because of your circumstances. Deep down, it's still within you. And I think that now is the time to connect with her or him, your inner child, to reach out to them, to comfort them, and to tell them what they do deserve, and to give yourself at this time what they deserved back then. A lot of love, a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. So try to reconnect with that inner child of yours, because it is a magical, magical being. You are a magical being. And I think that you guys are a starseed, if you didn't know that already. I think you do, because you do have that strong connection with the divine. Now let's move on to the next card. We have the 4 of Swords reversed. And the 4 of Swords reversed is a card of restlessness. The 4 of Swords in general is a card of resting, just taking a nap, thinking things through, taking your time, but it's reversed. So it feels like you're not giving yourself a break. And I think that you deserve to give yourself a break. It's like you feel like you're not accomplishing enough. It's like you feel like you always have to work. You always have to do better. You always have to improve. And give yourself that break. Give yourself some time to heal. Healing doesn't always look the same. Sometimes healing does look like self-improvement. Looks like reading up on things, like actively working on your trauma, crying a lot, working out, working on your diet. Other times, it just looks like laying in bed watching a series. And there's nothing wrong with laying in bed and watching a series you like. It might look like giving yourself an ice cream, treating yourself with something nice. That can be healing as well. So don't put any restrictions on your healing, because your healing might not always look the same, and it might not look the same as other people's healing. Just hold yourself and feel what's best for you at this time. Don't place any judgment on that. Now, last but not least, we have the Ten of Swords reversed. And I'm going to show her to you. So you can see this beautiful woman made of cake, made of something delicious, being stabbed by a knife, and just everybody looking in horror. So to me, this indicates your past. I think that you were someone that was naturally beautiful, naturally kind, naturally loving, but someone really hurt you. Someone really messed you up. And it kind of hurts to hear that, as I'm just channeling this right now. And you can see all the other people like kind of looking in horror as well, like something very horrific happened. But it's reversed now, so that time is over. The Ten of Swords is the end of a cycle. So all this hardship, all these rough times are over. You're healing from them, and they'll never get back into your life ever again. It's time for you to work through these hardships, to heal from the things that happened to you, and to finally become whole again, to become this beautiful princess that has learned a lot of lessons and that's truly ready for something better with the shapeshifter. So that was it for the tarot. Now I also have some more oracle cards. There we go. So let's take a look at the oracle cards. The first one we have is Balance Spirituality and Practicality, with full moon in Pisces. So there is a need to balance your energies. Like we said with the Four of Swords reversed, it feels like you're not giving yourself the time or the energy to fully heal, or you're putting restrictions on the way to do it, and you have to allow yourself to heal in the way that's best for you. And that might not be easy, it might not look the way you want it to look, but that's okay. Healing isn't supposed to be perfect. Healing is supposed to be messy. Just keep your heart open. Keep your heart open to yourself and try to love yourself every day a little bit more. The next card we have is Be Bold and Make the First Move. Yeah. So like we said with that shapeshifter energy, from being stuck to shifting, taking that step on the stairs. Be bold and make that first move. What do you want? Take the time out to fully think about what you want out of life. And take that first step. Take that first move. And be amazed by everything that will happen for you once you take that first step. So you have a lot in your future There are so many possibilities. Also with the Seven of Cups, it also talks about multiple possibilities and not knowing what's best for you. So there are multiple things that are coming in for you, and you can just pick whichever one you like. But you have to be confident enough to fully accept what's coming and choose the thing that you want, instead of being fearful and just grasping at the first thing you see, as if you're like walking through a desert and you're very thirsty, just grasping at the first water you see. It might be salt water, and it would be draining you even more. So be sure that you fully nurture yourself, that you're not walking through a desert anymore, you're just walking through a park. And then you can just walk through the park and see like, oh, there's an ice cream stand over there, but on the other side there are noodles. Like, which one would I prefer to have now? If I could buy anything I'd like, which one would I pick? Personally, I choose the ice cream, but I think some of you guys prefer the noodles. So instead of just choosing the first stand you see, walk around, take the time through your beautiful park and pick the one you like most. And it'll feel so much better. And this might be about food, this example, but I think it might also be about friends or jobs, or especially friends, the people you surround yourself with. Now, let's take a look at your other oracle cards. We have New Moon in Leo with Shine. Yeah, it's your time to shine. It's your time to... You might want to keep repeating that to yourself, that it's your time to shine now. It's my time now. It's my time to shine. Keep repeating that until you start believing it yourself, because it is your time to shine. And Spirit wants you to recognize that. They want to give you all these opportunities. But you have to be open enough to receive them. You have to believe that you're worthy of all these great things coming in. Let's see what else we have. We have Step Up and Lead. Oh, I'm starting to laugh again because we have another step up. So you are stepping up. You are taking charge of your own life. And we've seen this before. We saw it with the servant stepping up the ladder. You're stepping up. You are taking charge of your own life. You are getting the energy, regaining that courage to actually make those changes in your life. So that's wonderful to see. Spirit is really encouraging you guys to make these changes and start dreaming and like fully committing to those dreams, because they definitely know that you are fully capable. Let's see what else we have. Ooh, there we go. You are already doing it. Oh, that makes me so happy. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. You know what's meant for you. You know what you've got to do. And Spirit is clear about that. Like, what you're doing is what you're supposed to be doing. Stop overthinking it. Just keep on stepping up. Keep on putting one foot in front of the other. And soon enough, you'll be charging full speed ahead. Now we have these two little cards. So let's see. We have a wisdom. So you hold a lot of wisdom. I just saw 222. My camera was full, my memory was full, so I had to pause and just put all the videos on my phone, and I had to wait for like half an hour before that was finished. So maybe that's another sign for you that sometimes you just have to wait, you have to be patient, or something comes in that just puts you on pause for a while. That's totally okay. But you gained a lot of wisdom over the years. You've gained a lot of wisdom through this journey. And now it's time to use that wisdom. You haven't been through all of this shit, literally, to give up. You've been through it so you can get the lessons that you need to learn to now be an example, to become an example, to become someone that shows the way for others. You have a lot of information that other people can use. You are fully capable of really helping other people get out of this energy as well. So once you've changed that with yourself, once you're able to change your own reality, you'll help other people do the same thing for themselves too. Let's see, the last one we have vibration. Oh, that's beautiful with the Hopi hand. So your vibration is clearly rising. Soon enough, you'll just be vibing so high that you're vibrating out of this box. So maybe you're not seeing how you're capable of moving outside of that box. But by just working on your energy, working on your beliefs, you'll just shift out of this level. You'll just shift out of this reality. New opportunities might be coming in that you don't see coming. So don't overthink it. Stop overthinking. You don't have to think yourself out of this box. If you change your mindset, this change will just come in for you. I just saw 444 on my camera, and it talks about home life and stability. So clearly there is a lot of stability coming into your life. Your home life will probably be improving pretty soon. So just make little steps forward and just see your world shift. Like there is just a massive shift coming for you, and you don't have to do anything but believe in yourself, take that first step, and allow the universe to do its job. So that was it for the oracle cards. Now let's continue with, oh wait, I forgot something. Self-care cards. And the funny thing is, I bet you forget self-care. You forget how important self-care is. And that's why I just forgot. So self-care, very important. I think it's one of the ways that you can actually just improve your vibration without putting in crazy amounts of work. Because it's just taking care of yourself, doing things you enjoy. It's the simplest way to raise your vibration. But let's see what self-care messages you get. So what might help at this time for you guys? So the first thing we have is music. So create music, listen to the music you like. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Maybe you like singing. Singing might be something that might be helpful. I think for most people this is just like finding your music. Listen to the music that makes you feel good, that uplifts you. Let's see what else we get. Okay. Ooh. Oof. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to even show you guys this card. But it did pop up. So if you have a partner, or if you don't have a partner, it really doesn't matter. And again, the number 44, so more fours, more stability. But have fun with yourself, play with yourself. And if you have a partner, try to fully enjoy the moment, get out of your head and into the body, and just have some fun. And it's cool that it's in the middle of the reading, actually. Let's see what else we get. And I hope that there are no children watching. I don't think so. Especially not this far in the reading, but then again, you never know. So the last two cards we have, three cards we have actually, are massage. So if, I think I'll have problems if I actually say it out loud. So if that's a problem, or if it's something you don't want to do, or it's too much, you can always massage yourself, or you can go to a salon and get a massage. It really helps release any tension. It also helps with relaxation. It's one of the best ways to reduce stress. You can ask your partner to give you a massage if you have one, or even just a good friend, or you can massage yourself. When I just started with massaging, getting into it, I actually used like a kitchen rolling pin to massage my own legs to get out some of those muscle knots. So really, it can be that simple, like rolling your leg muscles with a massage, like with a rolling pin, or anything else that's hard actually. So that might be a little crazy tip from me. Let's put it here. Then we have dream journal. So when you're sleeping, you can actually receive a lot of messages, and most of them you might forget. But if you wake up and you have pen and paper next to you, if you just write down a few words, it can actually help you refresh your memory in the morning. And I do think that you are getting significant messages during your sleep time. So it might be a good idea to have a journal next to your bed, or just pen and paper, and write down those few words when you wake up in the middle of the night, because Spirit is trying to communicate with you. They're trying to come through to you, and maybe because of all this overthinking, they're not able to reach you when you're awake. So definitely try it out. It might really help. And last but not least, we have the gratitude list and the number 55. So a lot of synchronistic numbers. It might be that you are seeing a lot of synchronicities in your waking life as well. Maybe that's a way Spirit is communicating with you. So you might see a lot of 555, 444, 1111. So be mindful of that. Although you might not know what it means if you see those numbers, it's just another confirmation that you're on the right path. You're putting in the work. It's just a little nudge of encouragement wherever you go. So don't overthink those messages that they're sending. Just see it as an encouragement that you're doing the right thing, and that they want you to just keep going. How lovely. And the gratitude list, I almost forgot about it. Just write down what you're thankful for. Focus on the things that are going well in your life. By writing them down, putting your focus to it, your vibration is shifting, and it will really help you bring in more positivity, more joy, more happiness. So by focusing on the positive, you're attracting more positivity. You're raising your vibration just by focusing on the things that are actually going well for you, and not focusing on the things that might go wrong. So that was it for self-care. Let's take a look at your channeled messages. Yes, we're not done yet. We have a lot more to go. So for these channeled messages, they can actually be from anybody. And I think that if you feel like it's from a specific person, it probably is. This could be your spirit guides, it could be a loved one, it could be from someone that has passed over. And just take them if they resonate. I think that there will be quite a few. So maybe one of them resonates, maybe two, maybe three. But it's okay if they don't resonate. Or if not all of them resonate, just take the ones that do. So the first thing we have is "You are in my dreams." So with the dream journal and "You are in my dreams," there is a huge focus on your dreams right now. So it might be that you are communicating to someone in your dreams. This might be a passed on loved one. This might be like a soulmate, twin flame kind of person, however you identify them as. someone that you have a very strong connection with, but you're not speaking to in the physical at this time. We also have I wish I was with you right now. As I'm looking, it's 1313. That might be significant. Let's see what else we get. Okay, we have 2 cards. The other ones I'm not going to take just because the top ones are the ones that seem more significant. So we have I want to resolve things. So this might be a romantic partner, it might be someone in your family, it could be anyone. And we have I try to ignore our situation. So someone is somewhat in denial or just trying to focus on other things while you are doing the real work. You're actually slaying your demons, putting in the work, and this person is maybe not ready to do so or not in a place where they actually are capable of looking at themselves yet. That's okay too. But kudos for you for trying and just actually putting in that effort. Let's see what else we get. Spirit, are there any other messages for pile number 1? Maybe not, but I think there are a few that want to come out. There are just a lot of cards that need to be reorganized. I think this one wanted to come out. We have I am always with you. Aww. And I felt a surge of love going through my body. Wow. So I think that there is a passed on loved one that's coming through that really wants you to know that they're still with you wherever you go, whenever you feel alone. They're just there by your side, although you might not be able to feel them yet. Maybe you are. Let's see what else we get. I kind of want a few more. Oh yeah, and I am quite messy. Sometimes some cards flip and I forget to flip them back from other readings and I just leave them. Whoops. I'll try to work on that. And some of my cards are like spilled with coffee or they run out, as you see. But I guess that's all part of life. It gets messy sometimes. So we have 4. No, I'm not sure. Let's just take them all and just see if they resonate. If they don't resonate, just let them fly. Let's see. So the first one is I'm here. So that's very strong, strongly connected with the I am always with you. I'm here. Oh wow. It just makes me silent. And I think that if you can calm your mind, they can actually come through to you. So there might really be a need to quiet down the mind so you can actually get those messages that they're trying to send to you. We also have thinking about you all day. We have I don't want to talk. We have I am planning my next move. Ooh, so someone is planning something. Something's about to happen. So maybe there is someone that's trying to reach out to you, make you an offer. They're still in the planning phases. So something does look like something's about to change. It looks like someone is about to come in or is going to make you an offer or something like that. And we also have the last one. I am proud of you. Yeah, I did get that energy. That spirit is very proud of you. Your ancestors are really proud of you. I think a lot of guides, or there are a lot of guides or energies surrounding you, and that they're all so proud of where you are, and also of that where you're headed and how far you've come already. Oh wow, I kind of want to put it on top of that. I don't want to talk. Let's just keep it there. So that was it for the channeled messages. Now it's time to finally reveal these two. So I hope you've taken a good look at them, the fronts, because they are stunning. But now it's time to take a look at the message. So the first one we have, if it decides to focus, is evolution. Consider what evolution means to you. Is your evolution about growth, expansion, adaptation, success, or becoming a better version of yourself? Look for ways to flourish in the face of a challenge. Break a problem down to its elements. Be creative and consider how you can make it more fun and inspiring. Alternatively, ask how you can learn, grow, and become stronger through what is happening for you. You may be pushed to greater and deeper learnings, and it might be an uncomfortable process. But the strength, growth, and wisdom that come from journeying through the eye of the storm and embodying this knowledge is something no teacher can show you. Yeah, that truly is very coherent with what we've been seeing. And I hope you guys resonate with that. And the other one, it says transformation. Go inwards and be present with wherever you are at in your process. Feel whatever you need to feel. It may be hard to be present with some parts of yourself. Bring them into a cocoon of gentle self-love and reflection. Insight will come, shadows can be released, and your heart space will soften. Cry or be angry if this is what you are holding on to, and laugh at the ironic, divine perfection of it all. Journey beyond your constructed outer self, where you can delve into the beautiful abyss of your being. Revel in the twilight before the dawn, and let your wings unfurl. Oh, beautiful. I love her. I love these decks and how perfect they fit this reading. So that was your last message. Let your wings unfurl. It's time to set yourself free. So that brings me to the end of the reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it resonated. If it did, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps me out. I'm still a work in progress, but I hope to grow with you guys. If you want, you can always subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new upload. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope it helped, and I hope to see you in one of my other videos. Bye guys! Hello my lovely pile number 2. If you chose this beautiful pyrite, this is going to be your reading. We're starting out with some oracle cards and archetype cards. So the first cards I have are actually oracle cards that show us a picture, and on the back side we have the meaning, but we're gonna keep the meaning for the end of the reading. So now I just want you to take a good look at the beauty of these illustrations. They are from Izzy Ivy. So this is the first one that you guys got. And we're gonna keep it on the screen, so if you want, you can always get back to it. There we go. And this is the second one. This beautiful angelic dragon being and the lady down there. So keep tuned for that. We're just gonna put them aside for now. And then we're gonna take a look, let's see. Then we're gonna take a look at your archetype cards. So the archetype that you have is the orphan. And the other one you have is the mirror. So the number 5 and the number 118, I think. My Roman numbering system. I'm not very good at that, so I apologize in advance. And then we have 2 other archetype cards. We have the Destroyer, and it's upright. So it says, the light attribute is releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. And the shadow attribute is intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. But you guys got it upright, so that indicates that you are working with the light attribute. So you probably are releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for new life. Like, the volcano is about to burst. And the other archetype you got is the monk or nun, and it did come out reversed. And it says selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit as the light attribute. And the shadow attribute says negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not English, I'm Dutch, so sometimes I do not know what things mean. So if you guys can enlighten me, comment down below what it means, because I'm not very smart, I guess. But that's okay, that's okay. We can do with whatever I do know about it, right? So let's talk about these cards first a little bit. So, like we said, with the Destroyer, you are clearly releasing things. You're preparing for something new to enter your life. I think that you guys might be feeling that energy of there's something about to happen. There's something about to explode, to change. But what? What's gonna happen? Now, I want to focus on these 2 cards first. So we have the Orphan and we have the Mirror. And, oops, I'm so sorry. Let me put you guys back. There we go. With the Orphan being here, I do think that one of the major wounds that you have gotten in life is that you've felt left out, or you're orphaned. So maybe literally you might be adopted and you feel like you are disconnected from your parents. You don't have to be adopted. It could just mean that you feel that disconnect with your parents, or as if your parents are not your real parents, or that you're just very different from your family or from the area that you grew up in. It could also mean that within a friend group or within your early life that you've always felt left out, you felt alone. But that's something that you're working on right now. I think that's the reason why it's been brought up. And I think that that's not your reality anymore. I think that you are finally coming to terms with the fact that the way people treat you is not the way that it is. So even if people excluded you, it doesn't mean that you deserve that. It doesn't mean that you're alone. I think that you might have a very great connection to nature and maybe animals because of it. Like, you've always been someone that connected stronger to nature or to animals. You might also be extremely connected to reptiles. Maybe you are someone that really enjoys reptiles, and that's quite specific, by the way, so that's definitely not for everybody. But you might have a reptile and really enjoyed reptiles from a young age, and maybe that's the reason people thought you were a little bit weird. But I do think you're coming to terms with what happened in your past, or the way that people perceived you, and see the beauty that you actually are. And I think with the Mirror here, that the way they treated you is more of a mirror, that you are that mirror. So whenever they said bad things about you, it was more so that they felt that about themselves. They felt bad about themselves, and the only way that they could show you guys that was by treating you worse. So whatever insecurity they had, you highlighted that by being your authentic self. And that can be very scary for people, especially if they're not in touch with themselves. So what I'm seeing here is actually a wonderful human being, a wonderful soul that's very in touch with the divine, very in touch with nature, very in touch with animals. But at the same time, you shine so bright that you illuminate other people's fears, other people's wounds. And that's the reason why people might react very strange to you, or that they left you out, or that they judged you. They're actually judging themselves. They're not judging you. And I think that you finally realize that the people that act in a certain way, they're not doing that because of you. They're responding towards they're acting on their own wounds. They're responding to that trigger instead of seeing the light that you are. They just get that reflection instead of the beautiful soul that you have. They don't see that soul. They just see this wound highlighted within them. And they're just not fully capable of like interacting with you because it's all too much. Now, I want to dig into this monk and nun card a little bit. So yeah, you might have learned that people treated you badly. You have not learned, you've dealt with people treating you badly, and maybe that's why you have secluded yourself, because like monk and nuns, they go within a lot. So it kind of looks like you've shut yourself down because you don't want to deal with those people anymore. You see the world as a place where you are only getting harmed, or people are only treating you bad. And that's why you might be an introvert, or it might just be that you are an extrovert around the right people, but because bad things happened or people treated you badly, you're just like, I'm not gonna deal with people anymore because they always hurt me, or they're always not nice to me, or I'm only trying to be their friend, but people just shut me out or they shut me down, and every time I try, I just feel left out. So I think that that's something that really sucks, to be honest. And it's kind of painful to hear that, or to hear that. And again, my camera turned. I'm sorry. There we go. It's really painful to hear that. And yeah, my camera does strange things and I make mistakes, or at least my camera just turns and I didn't notice. So please don't judge me by that. But I think that you guys are not judgmental at all. I think that you're very kind, and that's something very special about you. Getting back to the reading, because I'm already moving on to something else. My mind is a little bit quick. It's very quick. It's like there's a lot happening in my head. What I do think Spirit wants to highlight is that you are so dedicated to Spirit, and maybe that is because the world shut you out. It kind of pushed you into this introverted state to look at yourself, to connect with nature, to connect with the divine, just because you were alone for so long. But it does look like now is the time to re-enter the world, so to say, like to take the lessons that you've learned in this period of introspection, but now to finally enjoy yourself, make kind and great connections. Crap. Let's see if it stays now. I'm sorry. But what did I want to say? Yeah, to go outside, to have some fun, to enjoy life, to make some caring connections, create caring connections. And if you're watching this, the people that are also watching this pile, maybe those are the people that are your people. You might just meet them right here. I just saw 11 on the monitor. That's cool. So you might want to reach out to each other and help each other, because clearly you are like-minded. And I think that you guys can really benefit from each other. And I'll dig in a little bit too, right? But you don't have to do it all on your own. And although you have been alone for a very long time, now is the time to connect with others and to communicate and to find more joy again, because you are really missing out by staying at home, being a little hermit. I know how that feels though, because I felt great in my own little hermit world for a very long time. I did have a dog. I still have her. So it wasn't really alone, but at the same time, I was not talking to anybody. I was just doing my own thing, feeling safe in my own little home. But at the same time, you're missing out on so much of life by just staying inside, keeping it all behind closed doors. So that was the first part. Now I want to get out the tarot. We have the anatomical tarot. I recently got it, so I'm very curious to see what Spirit has for you guys. So, Spirit, what message do you have for pile number 2? Is there anything you want to mention? Anything specific? So, I do think that you are in your head a lot. You're spending a lot of time in your head. We have the High Priestess. No, it's the Hierophant. It's a Dutch deck, so I have to translate it a little bit maybe. But we have the Hierophant. So let's see what else we get. At least my camera is staying put now. It happened to me in pile number 1 as well, so it's not always perfect, right? So we have the Page of Wands reversed. We have the Lovers. We have the Ace of Swords reversed, and we have the Two of Swords reversed. Let's see if I can move them a little bit so they're all like a little bit more centered. I think you can be quite perfectionistic as well, trying to have everything perfect. And of course, if you're at home, that's easier. But if you're out in the world, it's a little bit harder. With the anatomical tarot being here, I picked it specifically for this pile. So it might be that you are very interested in the human body, in how the mind works, how the body works. You might be very good at learning things. You might be very smart, very intelligent. But let's take a look at what this all means, right? So we have the Hierophant, the Page of Wands in reverse, the Lovers, the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Two of Swords in reverse. So the Hierophant, I keep on wanting to say the High Priestess, so I do take that into account. It does mean that you are strongly in touch with the divine, and we already touched on that a little bit before, but I do see it coming through even more with this card. The Hierophant can also talk about school or an institution, so maybe you were what's it called, like not institutionalized, that's the wrong word, I think. It's more of like you went to a school where you stayed for a week, like you didn't go home after school. Maybe that's the case for you, so you were kind of alienated from your parents. But it could also just mean that you're very good at learning, like there might be something about going to school, following your dreams of becoming a doctor, maybe even, especially because we have this anatomical tarot. So it's about going to school, studying for something that you really want to do. Maybe because I'm filming this in June, you're about to go to university this next semester. You're finally starting this new chapter of studying and getting a new life there. But with the Page of Wands reversed, it's like You might still feel a little bit uninspired, or you're not sure about your passion. Like, you know that it's something you're passionate about, but you're second guessing yourself. Like, am I good enough to do this? Am I fully capable to flourish there? Can I make friends there? Are there going to be people that are like-minded like me, or am I going to be alone again? But with the Lovers being here, we have that beautiful big heart in the middle, and to me this indicates that your big beautiful heart will be seen for what it is. So when you're starting this new thing, this it might be a new job as well. So a new job, or like a new cycle of school, your heart will be noticed, your gentle heart will be seen, you will attract people that are like-minded. The Lovers can be about a choice, but it can also be about love. So it might be that there is romance coming in for you, but I think for most people these are just really close friendships, like soulmate friends, like, what's it called? Soul sisters, soul brothers kind of type energy. You'll meet those people there. And I think that they will help you feel more inspired and feel more secure in yourself. And I wanted to say something else about this too. Yeah, with the choice being here, it could indicate that you have to make that decision to go for it, to make the decision to go out, meet those people, make friends. And although we have the Ace of Swords reversed and the Two of Swords reversed, it looks like at this moment you're feeling a little bit muddled or unclear, and you're waiting for clarity to come in. And we have the Two of Swords reversed right now too. So to me this indicates that you don't have to make a decision just yet. The Two of Swords talks about cutting things out, or about, again, that decision process. So to me it seems like as long as you don't have the clarity yet, don't make a decision. Don't cut things out if you're unsure. Don't take a chance if you're not sure about it. So Spirit is really advising you to follow the things that you're passionate about. And if you're doubtful, just wait. Just let the information come in first before you make the decision, before you take action. But know that whatever you do, whatever choice you make, if you're passionate about it, you will attract your soul tribe. You will make very nice connections with other people. And although it's scary to go outside in this world with people that you don't even know and get out of that comfortable cocoon of yours, you will meet these people. These people will be really enriching your life, making your life more joyful. So please give it a try. Even if you're like, I'm only gonna go for 5 minutes, go those 5 minutes. If you don't like it, you can always go home. You don't have to stay for the whole night. So try it and be open to it, but at the same time, as long as you're still doubtful, just wait. Just wait it out. You will get that clarity, and once you do, you will know what to do. So that's it for the tarot. Now, I also have even more oracle cards. So let's take a look at those. So the first one we have is Full Moon in Sagittarius with See the Bigger Picture. There we go. We also have Release Your Blocks with First Quarter Moon in Scorpio. So yeah, I do think you clearly have some blockages regarding opening your heart to other people. We also have Attune to the Divine, New Moon in Pisces. I think that's something you're fully capable of already, connecting to the divine. You might be doubting what they're saying, but you can hear them. You can hear them, or see them, or in any way that you connect with them. And then we have Bring Love into the Situation. Let's see. Put it here. We have Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back. I told you, give it a try. Because other people might have treated you badly in the past, it doesn't mean it's gonna happen again. Don't let it hold you back, really. Because you'd be missing out on so much fun. And you deserve to have fun. We also have Council of Light, Divine Orchestrations, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. So yeah, you are clearly being helped by the Divine. And I think they're really encouraging you to take this step. It might be hard to take that step, but this was all planned out this way. And then we have a Wisdom. Like we said, you are very smart, very intelligent, and you should use your intelligence. So whatever you want to do with your life, you're so smart. You can easily do it. The only thing you need is that confidence and just that courage to get out there and give it a try. 222 on the monitor, by the way. So again, more confirmation, more synchronicities. And we also have Joy. Aww, you're inviting more joy into your world. So that's so lovely. Let me see. So let's talk a little bit about these cards, right? Because we can't just skip over them that quick. We talked about don't let your past hold you back. And just to refresh your mind, please give it another try. Don't let whatever happened to you in your past, feeling left out, hold you back from new loving connections. And I think that with See the Bigger Picture, it's not just about those caring connections, it's also about your mindset, opening up your mindset and just trying new things. By trying new things, you open yourself up to so much more possibilities. Even if you meet one person that, again, doesn't treat you nice, you can always move on to the next. There will be other people coming in as well. You don't have to take the first person that comes along. It's all about finding lasting people that you actually enjoy. If you don't enjoy them, just let them move on. You can definitely do that. Now, bring love in this situation. So give yourself the time and love that you need. I'm sorry, my camera turned again. There you go. Give yourself the love and attention that you need, or the patience to make these changes. Because obviously, an introvert is not gonna become an extrovert in 10 seconds, right? So you don't have to become an extrovert anyway, but becoming a little bit more open to other people, like opening up your heart, it does take time and it's not easy. So give yourself the time and the love to slowly open up, to slowly let other people in. It doesn't have to be overnight. But with helpers in the subtle realms and divine orchestration, your path was laid out for you, especially at this time. The things that are happening at this time were planned in advance. You said yes to this, and at the same time, Spirit is trying to help you from the other side. As we saw with the Hierophant, which I kind of saw as the High Priestess, you are definitely getting a lot of downloads from them. With this wisdom as well, I do get that intuitive energy. Like, owls are so smart, they fly in the night. Again, that connection with magic, that connection with energy. You're clearly getting a lot of signs, and just see them as a message from Spirit that they've got your back. They're helping you out in any way that they can. I'm so sorry. Let's hope it stays like this now. But you've got helpers on the other side. They're trying to help you the best they can. And if you need any encouragement or any, what's it called? Just love. Try to connect with them. They'll send you whatever you need. Even if you just need a little nudge, or maybe you're out of groceries and you want something, maybe you can try and manifest that as well. I think they're willing to help, or they are willing to give it a try. So either way, a lot of joy is coming your way if you're willing to open up to it. So trust that good things are happening for you at this time. Joy is around the corner if you're willing to let it. But first you need to release those blocks. First you have to let go of that wall that you've built around your heart. It hurts me to say that. I mean, you're such a beautiful soul, and it's such a shame that you felt the need to build those walls, that you didn't feel good enough for other people, or that you thought there was something wrong with you because they just left you out. It's time for you to realize who you truly are and how beautiful you are, and that there's no need to have those walls surrounding you, because there are also people with good intentions. There are also people that really care about you and that see the light that you bring and that they want more of. So now is the time to invite those people into your life. Now, next up, I have some self-care messages. So self-care, I think you guys are pretty good at that by now, because as we saw, you might have been spending a lot of time alone. Of course, it doesn't mean, like, it doesn't have to mean that you're taking good care of yourself, but I kind of hope you do take good care of yourself, because you need that. But let's take a look at what we get. So 4 cards popped out. Let's take a look. The first one we have is drink tea. So herbal infusions, maybe some chamomile tea to help calm you down. Whatever tea you like, of course. If you feel drawn to specific types of tea, maybe look up the ingredient and see what benefits it can give you. We also have connect with your womb. So this one, if you don't have a womb, obviously that's a little bit more difficult. But the menstrual cycle goes along with the moon cycles. So maybe that's something you want to look into the moon cycles and what it's doing to you and your body. Even if you're not a female or you don't have a womb, you might want to look into those moon cycles, because they can really help you with manifestation and just make some sense on the themes in your life, because a lot of transitions and things have influence on your life as well. We have ground yourself, so spend some time in nature and really focus on the earth under your feet. You might even want to walk barefoot. You can sit in meditation underneath a tree. You can, whatever you want to do to ground yourself is a good thing to do. It also helps us calm down, bring the energy from the mind into the body, feel more secure. So grounding will really help. And we have 2 rainbows. And we also have that little lotus, I think. So again, I do see a very active crown chakra, and that's all about your connection with the divine. Okay, my camera cut me off because the memory card was full. These readings have been going on a little bit longer than expected, but that's okay. Now, I guess that was all I had to say about grounding. If you want to know more about grounding, you can definitely look it up, but it's time to continue with the last self-care card, and it is alone time. So I think you guys are already spending a lot of time alone, and that's totally okay. So if you do need some time alone, just take that time, and when it's time for you to get out there, you will know that clarity will hit and you will know what to do. Just connect with yourself and with the divine, because you are very capable of doing so. And the sun just went a little less bright as we were watching that. Now, let's get into some channeled messages. So these channeled messages can be from literally anybody. They can be from a passed on loved one. They can be from the divine. Take them as they resonate, and maybe some don't even resonate. That's gonna be okay as well. You will know what's meant for you. So the first card already flipped. I'll just take it out right now. We'll see how this goes, right? So the first one is, I want to go on a silly date with you. Someone's interested in you. So I don't know if this is a current partner or someone that you recently met, someone that was just is just a great friend. But there's someone that wants to go on a silly date with you. And I think that you both had the same sense of humor, or they just really enjoy your authentic self, your natural self, your quirky self. That's lovely. Let's see what else we get. So sometimes I'm a little bit messy. I'm trying not to get into a more perfectionistic being, because I do want you guys to see the raw footage, not the perfectly polished one. We also have, I wish I was with you right now. That might be from the same person. Let's see what else we get. So maybe there is someone that you were always very close to that moved or is in a different way not being able to be with you. We have other people are holding me back. So there is one person in specific that clearly wants to come through to you. I think that this is someone that loves you very much, but there is some circumstance holding them back. Let's see what else we get. Is there anything else Pile 2 needs to know? We have, I wish I was more like you. So maybe someone didn't have the courage to be their authentic self. We have, I feel you so strongly. And I am going insane. Oh, so this, it does look like a romantic partner or a romantic connection that we're seeing that wants to come through. It doesn't have to be. It can be someone else that just really, really admires you and loves you. But there is something that's standing in the way of you two. So take that as it resonates. It might be different for you watching. I kind of feel intrigued to get more messages. So we're just gonna do that. Although it's quite clear cut, right? I think, like I said, I don't want to be perfect for you guys. And I think that's something that this person has in common. Like, they love the raw version of you. They love that you are truly yourself. You're not afraid to show certain aspects that other people might have hid out of shame or just the fear of being left out. Now we have, I am trying to escape these intense feelings. So they are feeling very intensely about you. And we also have, everything reminds me of you. So clearly this is someone that loves you, that's coming through very strongly. I did not plan to be this love reading kind of thing. It could have been from anybody, but I think that this person just really wanted to come through to you. So they definitely must really, really do love you. So if you have any doubts around that, they do love you and they want to be with you. So that's it for the channeled messages. Now we're finally taking a look at these two oracle cards. So my camera decides to focus on something else. There we go. That's better. So we have these two. Let's see what they have to say. We have radical expansion with, it is time for radical ways of being and thinking. and you can start by granting yourself the freedom and creativity to be you. Unleash your inner rainbow dragon and unapologetically claim your heart-based empowerment and radiantly unconventional gifts. You can be as big as your energy wants to be. Let go of limiting stories and take up all the space you need. Have fun unleashing who you are. As bold and radical as your ideas or offerings might be, they could be just what the world is waiting for, what the world wants. Be the masterpiece your soul always wanted you to be. That's so beautiful. And the other card, it says Crystal Keys. Lemurian quartz crystals are special pieces of clear quartz, said to have been encoded with great knowledge for the spiritual evolution of the human race. This card is about deciphering wisdom codes. Be inspired to find the wisdom hidden in times when you feel triggered. There is so much information within our raw and intense reactions that when you choose to be present and peel back the layers, great spiritual insight will unveil itself in a way tailored just for you. Wisdom comes through inner paradoxes. Be odd, in creative flow, or a state of surrender. These crystals may be powerful keys to your spiritual evolution. So this does come back to that mirror card that we saw. And this mirror is very strongly in twin flame connections. I just want to mention it briefly. It might be that this person that loves you very much is your twin flame, and that there is just a lot of triggering happening between the two of you, and that's why they act in this crazy way that you don't understand. But grounding yourself will help you get out of your mind and trying to explain whatever is happening, and just getting into the body and feel what you're feeling, because your feelings are the truth, not what your mind tells you. So yeah, that brings me to the end of the reading. I hope it resonated. I hope it gave you some clarity or just some encouragement. If you like the reading, you can always give it a like. If you want to see more of my readings, I'd love to have you there. You can subscribe to my reading over here and click on the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my other videos. Bye guys! Hello my lovely pile number 3. If you chose this beautiful lepidolite, this is going to be your reading. I just had to do a little retake because I immediately dropped my oracle cards, but I've got them right over here. Let's take a look at them. So we have 3 Beyond Lemuria cards, and I just want you guys to look at the picture first. At the end of the reading, I will be revealing them. So we have this beautiful creature. By the way, I hope you guys can see, but that's my dog in the background. Oops, I think he just woke up. But we have this little card. Now I'm gonna see how I'm gonna place them, because you guys got one extra. We also have this one with the butterflies, all about transformation. And last but not least, we have this card, very angelic. So we're gonna keep them here for now, but we'll come back to them later. Now let's take a look at your archetype cards. So the first one you guys have is the Mentor, and my camera kind of tried to focus on the angelic card. So I do immediately get the notion that there are a lot of angels guiding you. And yeah, we'll dig into this one a little bit later on. Let me see if I can make this all fit. Then we have the Father. go. And then we have 2 different archetype cards from a different deck. Let's take a look. So you guys have the Saboteur, and it came out upright with the light attribute saying highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it will bring to your life. And the shadow attribute says induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. Underneath the Father, that's quite interesting. We also have Guide underneath the Mentor. Oh, that's very cool. I did not see that happening. With the light attribute being represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. And the shadow attribute saying places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. So because these 2 came upright, we are going to take the light attribute. Let's talk about these 4 cards. So with the Saboteur and the Father, I wasn't sure what I had to do with this Father card. I did not really sense what it was about. But now that the Saboteur was right underneath it, I feel like you might have had a father figure that influenced you a lot in your past. And I think that this father figure, it doesn't have to be your dad, it could be any other father figure, but this person kind of knocked you over. It kind of caused you to lose your empowerment in yourself. And I think that they caused you a lot of fear of your own power. Maybe they were very good at guilt shaming, like making you feel guilty about things that you did. But either way, your father played a huge role in why at this time you might be sabotaging yourself. Because clearly with the Saboteur coming up, you are holding yourself back in some way or another, sabotaging yourself over and over again. It might be some kind of repetitive cycle that you find yourself in, but the root cause is probably something in your father's lineage. It might be that your father's father was similar in that, and you are the one that has to break this cycle. So it's not your fault that you might be self-sabotaging, but it is up to you to break that cycle. Now on the other side we have the Mentor and we have Guide. So you have a lot of spiritual help. This might be in the form of angels. This might also be in the form of just spirit guides, ancestors. But there are a lot of people behind the scenes trying to help you, trying to guide you. And sometimes a bomb has to drop for you to open up your eyes. And I think that that is something that has happened to you in the past. A bomb had to drop for you to open up your eyes. And that's what a dark night of the soul is all about. Like, you were going about your life thinking everything was okay, and then boom, this hit and you were like, what's going on? What's happening? How am I so unsatisfied, and how didn't I even notice that? Like something major just crushed you and now you're at the bottom of the pit, like, now what? But you are guided and you're getting a lot of intuitive hits about what you've got to do, how you're going to break them. Maybe this reading is one of them. I hope it is. But I mean, I get insecure a lot, but that doesn't stop me. And I think that that's something that you guys are learning too. Like, it's okay to make mistakes. And it's okay to dream about things. And it's okay if it doesn't come in at the end. But at the same time, you might just want to give it that try. But one thing that's very important for you at this time is to work on this connection with the divine masculine, whether it is a wound that you have with your father or with your grandparent. But it can also be seen in a way of your own divine masculine energy. It looks like you're afraid to take action or afraid to empower yourself. The masculine energy is all about like acting on something and providing, and it's like that's more, it's a more strict energy. It's less flowy, it's less gentle, it's more of an action kind of thing. So it might be that you have trouble connecting to that divine masculine within you, because we have this black and white, and it kind of looks like you might be seeing things black or white. There is no in between. It's like good or bad. And maybe that's something that your father did as well. Like, if it's not good, it has to be bad. And that's not how life is. Life is a balance. Life is a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And what's good for someone doesn't have to be good for someone else. And that's okay. So whatever works for someone, it doesn't have to work for you. And the other way around, if it works for you, it doesn't mean that it will work for somebody else. And I think that's something that you're learning at this time. With the mentor here, I do think there is someone in your life that might act as a mentor. You might have someone you really look up to, a very close friend, a family member, a colleague. It could be anybody. But at the same time, it could just be that you are, if you feel like there is no one really there in the physical, it's going to be about your angelic guidance that you're getting. And I do see for a lot of you that you might be moving on to this mentor role yourself in the future. Like, you're going through all of these things now to help other people in the future go through these things as well. Like, helping them through this journey of healing. So that was the message that we're seeing with these oracle cards. It's time to get into some tarot. And I think my camera is slowly turning again. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but we gotta keep focused on the reading, right? So, Spirit, what do you have for my lovely pile number 3s? What message do you have for pile number 3? So, we'll see what's coming out. Oh, wow. Okay. Did you see how that just perfectly landed where it should? But let's take a look at the card. But we'll get into the meaning later. But it is a mantis, and it is the 5 of Swords. There you go. So we're going to put that there because it put itself there. So, I mean, I guess that's what we're doing now. So someone's a little bit bossy. Let's see what else we get. Spirit, is there anything else? And it's very cool that it's the 5 of Swords actually that's doing that. So it does look like someone might be quite controlling in your family. Maybe that is that father figure. Let me check. I don't know how it wanted to come out. Yeah, 2 of Cups, but it's reversed. It wanted to come out reversed. So there we go. And then we have the Page of Wands. Let's put it like that. And I want 2 more cards. We have place for 2 more. So let's see what we get. I really love this deck, by the way. It's the Orion's Animal Tarot, but I do love the deep, bright colors of it and all the animals. I love animals. I think you guys do too, although of course you did not pick this deck. I did. Let's see what else we get. Spirit, what else do you have? Okay. We have the Devil. Let me readjust. There you go. And the last card for you guys, or at least the last tarot card we have is the 5 of Wands. There we go. Okay, so let's talk about these cards. So with the Five of Swords, I definitely got the feeling that there is someone that is very combative, very controlling, especially with the Father card being here. I feel like there is a father figure or a masculine energy in your life that's trying to fight you on everything. This might not be your father, it might be a romantic partner or like an ex-partner, obviously, or someone that you at least you're done with or don't want in your life. But it feels like you always have to fight for something. You always have to fight that battle. And I feel like you're just getting tired of always having to be the better person or always having to be the one that walks away because you know that otherwise someone gets hurt. I hope it's not literal, but just like, what's it called? Not literal, I guess. But it could be literal. So there might be someone that's actually quite abusive. Then again, the Two of Cups underneath the Father, to me, indicates that there might be a father figure that's just not acting very loving towards you. Or there is a masculine energy, a divine masculine energy that's not very nice to you. That might be oppressing you a little bit or just holding you back, trying to sabotage you with the saboteur underneath. But someone, it might actually be that they're holding you back from true love or from love in general. So this could be an ex-partner that's like trying to get back at you. This could be a father figure that just thinks that no one's ever going to be good enough for you, or the other way around, that he just talks shit about you. I mean, take it as it resonates. I hope I'm not being too harsh. But yeah, there is a lack of love between this male figure and you. Whether this is a romantic person or just a different kind of connection. It could be a co-worker as well. It could be anybody, really. It's just a very strong masculine energy that I'm seeing. What I do see, though, is with the Page of Wands that you are a very passionate person, a very gentle and funny and playful person. And it's your time to show that part of yourself, even though other people clearly are trying to sabotage you. But it's time for you to be this joyful, playful self. And the way towards this is to work on yourself, to let go of things that are no longer serving you. The devil talks about temptations, like letting go of the temptations, and also with the fire being here. I do see that rising of a phoenix energy as well with this boom. It's like something has opened up your eyes and you're willing to fight against this energy, fight against this person, or just do whatever you like because you're fired up. Like we said with the Page of Wands, you're fired up. You know what you want. And there's no one stopping you anymore. You are clearly cutting ties with old habits that are no longer serving you, old connections that are holding you back. You're ready to fight for what you believe in. And that's just beautiful. I really love your energy. I'm a fire sign myself, so I really see a lot of that energy in this reading with the Page of Wands. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you might be one of them, or you might have some of those placements. But yeah, your fire is igniting and you're ready to just fly away. It's like, so long, motherfuckers. It's from, what's that movie? I don't know. A certain movie. I can't think straight. But nonetheless, you have a great attitude right now. You're in the attitude of giving the middle finger and just doing your thing. And I applaud you for that. And I think Spirit does too. But yeah, you're getting ready to actually, like, you might still have naysayers in your life. You might still have people that are trying to be argumentative with that. But you're like, I'm done with that. I'm over it. You're walking away from them. You might have to put clear boundaries there. And I think that you're fully capable of doing that. Or you will be fully capable of doing that. But you're ready to leave that thing that's not good for you. You're flying away. That's clear. And you're protected. With this card, I feel like, I haven't read the back of the card yet, but it does seem like you have some angelic protection surrounding you. So don't be afraid. Follow your heart. Follow your bliss. Follow your joy. You'll get there. You'll get there. You're guided and you're supported by Spirit in a very strong, strong way. So the biggest message at this time is there is a lot of encouragement for you to break free from whatever this is. This masculine, toxic masculine energy. And I hope that resonates, but I don't know. We'll see. It's time to dig into some oracle cards. So the first card we have is Meditate and Contemplate with New Moon in Pisces. And I feel like the biggest message here is that whenever you get overwhelmed, try to calm your mind down and just let it wash over you, like that river fall. Like try to listen to music of water falling. Just do anything to calm down, to calm that fiery energy of yours. You'll be amazed by how much of a help that is, and it might just cause that this big fight ends up being more of a quarrel instead of like a huge ass full-blown fist fight. I know not everybody is physical here, but I do feel like that's the kind of energy we're seeing right here, like someone like really, really getting fired up. We also have You Are Good Enough with full moon in Virgo. So although you might not be feeling like you're good enough right now because of all this sabotaging that happened in the past, know that you are good enough and that you deserve a lot better than where you are right now. You did not deserve this energy. You deserve a lot of good things coming. So it's time to set those boundaries and really start to enjoy whatever will be coming in once you get rid of these people or these energies. We also have Keep Your Heart Open. So whatever has happened in your past has caused you to close off your heart a little bit. But it's time for you to slowly open it up again. And it doesn't have to be open towards anybody. I think that if you still need to be in contact with this person, keep your boundaries and just try and manage as well as you can. But you don't have to pour out your heart to this person. You definitely don't need to do that. But there are going to be people that you want to open your heart to. And it doesn't have to be like in a finger snip. You can do it slowly. But there will be people in your life that are worth it to open up to once again. So I'm going to put that over that bad energy because I don't want to see it anymore. We also have Work Through Your Feelings with the last quarter moon in Aries. So again, a lot of fiery energy. I love it. But work through your feelings. Don't repress them. Feel whatever you need to feel. If you want to yell, yell. If you want to cry, cry. If you need to walk it out, walk it out. Do whatever you need to work through this energy. And don't blame yourself for it not looking pretty. It doesn't have to look pretty. Whatever works for you, works for you. Next up, we have Mintakam. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but that's okay. So we have Longing for Home, Belonging, the original light workers. So you might feel out of place at this time. It might feel like you're not where you're supposed to be. You might be longing for a certain time in your life. You might be longing for something. You don't even know what. But you are one of the original light workers. That's why you also have so much angelic guidance and presence surrounding you, trying to help you out. You have a big mission to accomplish. That's why you have so much fire within you. And it's time for you to really light things up and follow your heart. So as long as you keep following your heart, following that fire, you will be starting to feel more at home every single day. Let's see. So I only wanted 2, but you guys got 4. So yeah, you are definitely the cool group in here. Well, not the cool group, the hot group, right? But let's see what they have to say. So the first one is listen. And now I'm hearing the meme like, listen, listen. I don't know what her name was. Listen, Paula, listen. I'm not sure what his name was, but it's like that little boy, like, listen, listen. So maybe that's something that's important to you. You might need to open up your ears and really listen to the messages that are being told. There might be a message coming in from the divine that you're not willing to hear, and it's just getting stronger and stronger until you get the message. So stop ignoring things because it'll only get bigger and bigger. So it's time to truly listen and to make some adjustments. We also have, we also have healing with this beautiful rose. So yeah, work through your feelings. It's time for you to heal these wounds. It's time for you to embrace this healing. Most people want to avoid the healing work because it's rough. I have a lot of trouble sitting still and like really trying to heal. Most of the times I want to heal. I say that I want to heal, and then I'll just check my phone or watch a series or go to the gym. I mean, that's not terrible, but at the same time, sometimes you really just need to sit still and wait and just feel. And that's not easy, but it will help you in the long run. So that might be you. You might be scrolling your phone. You might be trying to do anything not to focus on this healing. But listen, listen. It's time to heal. It's time to sit still and listen to the universe and listen to what needs healing. Okay, my little dog is trying to eat the camera. That's not a good idea. Let's see what else we have. We have boundaries. That's very funny. While he is trying to eat my camera, I'm trying to wire him off. What is it? With my feet? But maybe that's something you have to do. Maybe you have to set those boundaries, like telling someone no. Telling someone that they're going too far and that you have to put them in their place. And that's totally okay. You are good enough. You can do that. Don't be afraid to tell people what you need. And then we have balance with this honeybee. Balance. So your fire is beautiful, but it's very important to stay balanced. So if you're giving your fire away too much, you'll feel drained. So if you feel like fighting all the time, you're actually draining your energy. So what is a way that you can rebalance this energy? Meditation, or sitting still, or taking a nice walk in nature. But there is a need for more balance in your life. So that was it for these oracle cards. It's time to get into some channeled messages. Hey! He's biting my toes. We recently got a puppy, and he's a little bandit. His name is Simba because he looks like a lion, but he's a piece of work. But he's adorable, but he's a piece of work. But let's get into your channeled messages. I think that's what we're here to do. Hey! He's biting my toes. It hurts. Okay, let's see. So the first message we have is, you make me nervous. So you make people nervous, and that's actually a good thing. Your fire is so bright that people are in awe of it, and at the same time they're a little bit jealous of your passion, of your fiery energy. It's like they don't know what to do with it. And it doesn't mean that you're terrible. It just means that they're jealous of your fire. We also have no. So it comes on top of boundaries. So yeah, it's time for you to say no to people. It's time for you to like really be firm about it. Let's see what else we get. I don't know if you can hear my dog, by the way, but he's like crazy animal. He's only 9 weeks, so I mean, I can forgive him. And I think it's cute, but I do have to tell him no every now and then, because otherwise it'll be just a huge mess. But let's see what else we get. Spirit, is there anything else you have for pile number 3? There we go. So we have, I just want to stare deep into your eyes. So there is someone that truly loves you and wants to stare in your eyes. And by the way, some cards might not resonate. If it doesn't, just let it fly, then it's not for you. You will know if it's for you. We also have, I am trying to escape these intense feelings. So that might be from the same person. Someone that really cares about you, really loves you, but at the same time is afraid of that huge fire within you. Like, you are so bright and authentic that some people just can't handle that yet. They have to work on themselves before they're ready. We also have, I want to go on a silly date with you. Yep. It's starting to look more and more like I love reading again. I was not planning on doing that. Damn it. But that's what has to come through, so we're taking it. Ooh, that one is blurry as beep. See, so I'm sorry it got spilled over. I guess that there is something that you're not allowed to know, and that's why it's hidden. But yeah, we're gonna take it. So there is something going on with someone, and it's like you, but we're not sure what it is. But that is the last channeled message I have for you. Monster, stop it. Let's take a look at your oracle cards now. As we said, we're gonna look at them now. Okay, so my camera cut out on me, and as I wanted to do these beautiful oracle cards, I realized I forgot self-care. So I think that might be a message for you. Like we said with the listen, Spirit is trying to tell you something, and my dog was biting my toes, was being a little bit annoying. That's my other dog. But it was trying to tell me something, like, you're forgetting something. And I ignored it, and I tried to continue the reading. Then my camera shut off. And then it was like, oh no, now I have to. I have to stop. And while I had to wait, I got this realization. So that might be important in your situation. You might be forced to look at something at this time. You might be put on pause because there's something that you're missing. And maybe it is self-care, maybe that is working through your feelings and healing a part of you. But Spirit is clearly sending you a message to halt and listen to what they have to say. Now, we are starting with these self-care messages before we're getting into those oracles. So let's see what your self-care message is. So we have quite a few, and the first one we have is connect with crystals. I think I'm going to take all of them, by the way. So we have the number 11, so you might be seeing a lot of synchronicities as well. But the biggest message here is that you might be drawn to specific crystals and Spirit advises you to carry it with you, to work with them, to connect with them. It might really help you out balance your energies, or just give you some comfort or helps you calm down. Could be anything really. We also have create art. So clearly you are a very passionate person. I just saw 222. Clearly you are very passionate, and I think that you should put it to use. Spirit thinks you should put it to use. It might really help you get your energy out of you, even when you're feeling these feelings. Maybe through art might be the best way for you to work through them. Maybe you write music, maybe you like drawing, maybe you like to do photography. It could be anything really, but just being creative might really help you sort out these feelings. We also have this card. I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to show you guys, but self-pleasure might be something that could help get your energy in balance. It might just help you accept yourself a little bit more, love yourself a little bit more, get in touch with the body. It does have a lot of benefits. Next up we have journal. So write down whatever you're feeling, write down whatever you're thinking. Once you write it all down, it kind of helps with putting it in a spot in your brain. Like, it just helps clear, it helps with clarity, it helps you calm your mind. But yeah, maybe you should keep a journal with you at all times. Whenever you feel something coming up, you might want to write it down. And last but not least, we have a look for fairies. So we said you are very connected to the divine, you are very connected to angels. Maybe you're also very connected to the fairy realm. You might want to look into that. And I think that your fiery energy goes very well with the energy of the fairies. So you might want to connect with them, want to leave a little gift out for them, or just walk in nature and try to see the signs. But that's very cool. So as you might have noticed, because of this break, my energy got a little bit more balanced. I was getting very hyped up. And now I'm a little bit more calm again. So it might be a tip for you too, to just take that little break until you feel ready. Now, let's get into these, because that was what I wanted to do in the first place. So the first one we have is Ether, the seamless unspeakable. This illuminated space of no distraction and pure potential is beyond the threshold. It is the centered and present place where all dreams are birthed. From here, you can choose where to go. What may be perceived as endless nothingness is the illuminated eternal, the core that all fears may be peeled back to. Step through the darkness and realize it is only a short distance from the white void at the center of creation. Herein lies the feeling you may have been striving to meet, yet subconsciously running from. In graceful surrender, know you are held and drop deeper into existence. So yeah, it does look like you might be running away from these deeper parts of yourself, and it might be time to surrender. Let's see what else you have. We have endless opportunities. It's wonderful to have the freedom to choose. However, sometimes indecision can be almost suffocating. So get into your body and let your gut feeling guide the way. You have options and opportunities you may not have realized. The universe wants to give you what you want. It's all there. So reach out and wholeheartedly choose it. While you sit on the fence, your experiences are diluted or confusing. We live in a time of choices. Sometimes reason and limitation direct our choices, and we feel unfulfilled as a result. Choose life from a place of heart, compassion, and integrity, and you can't go wrong. Beautiful. Then last but not least, this beauty. And she has trust your inner sense for you. Sometimes it can be hard to decipher between intuition and what our mind is telling us. Stories, projections, or fear can arise under the guise of intuition. To distinguish truthful inner guidance from paranoia, we must return to innocence, to our purest essence. Here we have access to the truth of our being. Honesty is more than not lying to yourself. It is also about not withholding and having deep transparency within yourself. Learn to trust and be absolutely honest with yourself. In your heart of hearts, you hold the answers. Notice the first thoughts you have before you second guess yourself. Listen and honor these. Oh, beautiful. So there is a really, really big call to go within and stop sabotaging yourself. Stop running away from this scary part, because it'll only help you grow. We see a lot of butterflies as well. I don't know if it's this card, I think it was that one, the butterfly with the wings. But working on yourself will only make you better. It might be scary to go through this very dark time, but it will give you the wings to fly, just like fairies. So that brings me to the end of the reading. I can see that it's getting messy already. Oops. But I hope it resonated. I hope it gave you some comfort or clarity, or just some fun. I know that the dark night is not always fun, but it's okay to have a laugh every now and then. So thank you so much for watching. I'd love to have you in my little group. If you want, you can subscribe to my channel and click on that notification bell to get notified every time I post a new upload. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye guys! Hello my lovely pile number 4. If you picked the watermelon fluorite, this is going to be your reading. So first I want to start out with some oracles. Now the first two are from an Izzy Ivy deck, and this deck has a picture on the front and a text on the back. So I just want to show you the pictures now, and at the end of the reading I will be revealing the messages on the back. So this is the first one, and if you really like these images you might want to check her out. So it's Izzy Ivy. That's number 1. And you also got this one. It's so beautiful. There you go. So we're gonna put them here, and now it's time to check out your archetype cards. So the first one we have is the ring, and it kind of looks like a portal to me. And we also have the Queen, the number 11. So right off the bat, the number 11, 1-1, might be significant. It kind of indicates a new beginning. The number 1 talks about a new start. Let me see if we can get them all in the frame. Then we have 2 other archetype cards from a different deck. Let's see what they have to say. So the first one we have is the Dilettante, and it came out upright, with the light attributes being delights in the art without having to be a professional, alerts you to danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits, and the shadow attribute saying pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. But you got it upright, so we will be taking the light attribute. And we also have the student, but it did come out reversed. Let me readjust, there we go. So it says humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. and the shadow attribute being arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. So this one did come out reversed, so we are taking the shadow attributes. So it does look like it doesn't really make sense, I guess. Like, at the same time, we have that you love art, but you don't feel the need to be a professional, and you're not superficial in your pursuits, but at the same time we have some arrogance here and unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. So that's what we're starting out with. So I do feel like you have great gifts and talents that you know you have, and they're not only self-serving, they also help other people. But it's like you have this unwillingness to translate that into action. Like, you know a lot about these things, you are very good at it, but at the same time you might be afraid to turn it into a job or to turn it into something more than it is. Maybe you have a hobby that you've always dreamt to make your job, or turn into your job, but you're afraid to actually start following that dream. For example, you're a great artist, you love to make art in your free time, a lot of friends and family rave about them, they love it, but you're afraid to reach out to the public, like you're afraid to actually put your work out there for more than just your family members. And we can clearly see that with the ring and the queen here, you are the queen. You are so extremely powerful. You are birthing so many great creations. And these creations actually hold a lot of power, and they can influence a lot of people. So with the ring being here, this portal, it's like you're afraid to jump through this portal. What I'm trying to say is that you have so much power and you hold so much great creative energy that you are using, but at the same time you can be using it in a way better way. You can, if you'd only let the world see this amazing creation of yours, you can change a lot of people, you can help a lot of people. But there is a fear or unwillingness to show that to the world. Maybe because you're afraid of making mistakes, maybe because you don't believe that it's good enough or that you can actually make a living out of it. But with the queen being here, I think that spirit wants you to know that you will make it. You will make it big. It's like the ring is like a kind of promise that you will have way more than you think you will. But you do have to put yourself out there. You do have to stand in your power and be this beautiful queen that you are. So that's the main message. Like, use your gifts and show them to the world, not only to the few people that you're close to. There is a real need to show the world what you've been creating and what your skills and talents are. They should be shared with the whole world. So that's the main message. Now I'm going to move these up a little bit because we're going to get into the tarot. And I don't know if you guys can see or if you even noticed it, but we have green on one side and we have a lot of yellows on the other side. So it's the heart and the solar plexus that are highly activated. So it's really you showing your true self with your solar plexus being activated. It's like that burst of energy of creation that just shows the world who you are. And on the other side, we have all the green of the heart chakra. So you are creating from a place of love, a place of peace, and just joy in general. So it comes from such a loving place that you just have to share it with the world. I mean, Spirit's not gonna force you, but it would be such a waste if you just keep it to yourself. So that was the main message. Let's take a look at the tarot now. So we have the Santa Muerte Tarot here. It's one of my first decks. It's actually my second deck that I've ever bought. The first one was the Rider-Waite, obviously. So the first one we have is the Magician. Yeah, you are this powerful manifester. You have everything you need to make it. It might be scary to put yourself out there, but you've got all the tools. As you can see, you've got everything right here. You have a gentle heart. You're a loving person. You deserve it all. You have all the tools in your what's it called, backpack? I don't know. You've got it all. And there are so many possibilities waiting to unfold, but at this moment it's like you're just afraid of the newness or the unknown. But with the Magician being here, it's clear that you were meant to do this. You are really guided to do this. And you will be protected and you will be manifesting whatever you need. We have the Fool in reverse and we have the Empress once again. So we have the Queen and the Empress. So there is a very strong divine feminine energy to it. And the feminine is all about creating and birthing and going with the flow. And the Fool in reverse just shows us that maybe you're afraid that you'll make a fool out of yourself. Maybe that's why the Fool is reversed. It might be that you need to give this another go. The Fool talks about a new beginning. We already talked about the number 11, the new beginning as well. And with the Fool being reversed, this new beginning or this old beginning, giving it another try, that might be all you need to do. Like, just give it one more shot. You may have failed in the past, but you've learned so much now and you are so ready. You have learned the lessons that you needed to learn in order to fully use this potential that you have. And don't see your past failures or mistakes as a failure, because they were lessons. You are leveling up every single time. Every time you try again, you have more tools in that backpack. Yeah, I'm not native English, so maybe that's why I use strange comparisons, I guess. But just give it one more go. You will be abundant. You will be like wealthy. You will have it all. I mean, that's what I'm seeing anyway. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, especially with the student as well. Like, this is what you're meant to do. And by the way, we only have major arcanas on the table right now. So this is a big time in your life. This is a big part of your life. I think that this has to do with your life purpose. So this passion of yours, you were meant to use it. You were meant to make it like a big part of your life. Don't be afraid to step into that spotlight, because it was meant for you. So another card popped out, and it is the Seven of Wands. A dark forest. Not sure what this means though. It feels like you've been through a lot of challenges lately, that you might feel like you have to give up, or that, yeah, like you can't see the trees through the forest. Like maybe you're unsure of what's about to happen next. Or maybe, yeah, like I said, with the fear of the unknown, it's like you're about to step through this portal and you don't know what's on the other side. But Spirit is asking you to have faith in yourself, in your own capabilities, in your own toolbox. Okay. We also have the King of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles. They came out together, so that's how we're going to read them. With the King of Swords reversed, there might be someone that's overly critical about your work. Maybe this is you. Maybe you are overly critical about your own work. Maybe you are tearing yourself down. But it might also be external. It might be someone in your life that's just hating on you, on your work, whatever you're doing. Or someone that's just very negative about your dreams, not believing you. But with the Knight of Pentacles, we can see that there is slow and steady progress going on. I just saw 1313. That might be significant for some of you. But the Knight of Pentacles shows us that you are still progressing. It might be slow, but you are moving forward one step at a time. And he's carrying like I said, the backpack with all the tools. Everywhere he goes, he puts in those tools that he gained over his long journey. So you can handle those critics. You can handle your own critics. You've got the tools now. And I think that it's time to make these changes, implement the changes, implement the things you've learned. And I think that things will be speeding up pretty soon. But you have to jump through the portal first. Otherwise, we cannot change it. We cannot change. So that's one of the biggest messages today. Like, you might not know what's coming next, but you know that you're the Empress. You know how amazing you are, how strong you are, how good your work is, how sincere you are, how heartfelt your creations are. Like we said, you are a professional and you're not superficial about it. So maybe you are one of a kind in that you are not superficial. It's not about the money. It's about you following your passion. And that's just beautiful. And Spirit rewards people that are just acting out of love, always being kind-hearted, not only thinking about the money. So trust that if there are a lot of people trying to do the same thing, the ones that are sincere, the ones that act out of love, they will be rewarded. Even if there are a lot of people, a lot of trees in your forest, you will stand out just because it comes from the heart. I love this message, and I'm getting flustered. Now, let's take a look at your oracle cards. So we have some more oracle cards for you. Let's take a look at what they are. So the first one we have is communication is key, with new moon in Gemini. So to me, this seems like there might be some two-faced people, and that you need to be clear about what you want, to be clear about what you don't want, set boundaries with people. Like we said, there might be a lot of competition with the Seven of Wands, and you have to be strong-headed, strong-minded. I think that you have learned that along the way. But yeah, be clear in your intentions. People are allowed to know what you want when you want it. We also have work through your fears with the new moon in Scorpio. So yeah, like we said, you might be doubtful, you might be afraid of failure, you might feel like you're not good enough, or that someone else is going to be better, or is going to beat you, or whatever this passion is about. The way it translates is differently, but at the same time, you have to overcome your fears. And once you do, when you realize that you are this Empress, this beautiful queen, you'll be able to step up and you'll be able to truly, truly shine. Next up, we have focus on the positive. So you might be getting in your head a lot about what other people are doing, how well something they created was, or how pretty they are, or how much work they are putting in. But focus on yourself. It's like look at the things that you are doing right now and how good that is. Stop comparing yourself to other people and just focus on you and look at how well you've done and how far you've come so far. Like we said, these tools, you've got them through everything you've been through. You acquired them along the way. You've been through so much already. You've been working so hard. And that's something you should applaud yourself for, because it's not easy. And you're doing it so gracefully with all these queens and empresses. So please give yourself some grace. You deserve that. We also have reveal what needs to be seen. So this definitely has to do with your creations. They need to be seen. And your light, you have a beautiful light heart that needs to be shown as well, that needs to be seen as well. And in whatever way that you express yourself, these expressions need to be seen by the world. They're so beautiful. And I'd love to see them personally, but I guess you cannot show me through this screen. But maybe you feel inclined to, you feel inclined to make a video. You feel inclined to make art in a different way, create music. Whatever your heart longs for, whatever you love to do, go for it. The world deserves to see that beautiful piece that you created. And you deserve to reap the reward from that as well. Like, Spirit can't send you any gifts if you're afraid of showing it. Like, be clear about what you want. So, for example, if you have a beautiful artwork and you're afraid to ask for a decent price, you won't get that decent price. So be confident enough, believe in your work enough to ask for what you need, to ask for what you want, because whatever you ask for, you will receive that. You will receive that. So if your work, if you think it's actually worth like $100, don't be afraid to ask $100. What? Maybe you can even ask more and you will receive more. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need, and don't be afraid to put your work out there. We want to see it. Spirit wants to see it. They want you to be in that spotlight. You deserve it. Then we also have get grounded. I'm gonna put it a little bit closer so you guys can read. So it's empaths, highly sensitives, and connect with nature. So you must be an empath, or at least highly sensitive. Maybe that's the reason that you're afraid of the opinion of others influencing you so much, because you know that you are easily influenced by other people. It's not that you're weak or anything. I can hear you guys saying that. That's not true. You're not weak. It's just that you are very sensitive to other people's energy. So it might be a good idea to ground yourself a little bit more often. Whenever you feel like the energy of other people is influencing you too much, you might want to ground yourself. You might want to do some meditation, some walking in nature, maybe just zoning out, putting on a headphone and listening to your music. Maybe work on your creative projects if that helps you ground yourself as well. But wow, guys, this is a beautiful reading, and I hope you see how beautiful you are. We also have boundaries. So yeah, there is a need to set clear boundaries with other people. There is a need to communicate your wants and needs, like we said. Ask for what you need and you will receive. Don't be afraid. People will respect your boundaries if you set them, but just don't let them walk over them. And if they do, that's time to take action. You cannot allow people to walk all over you. You deserve better. And then we have balance. So it's important to have a healthy balance. And I think that there is a focus on your energy balance with this card. So this honeybee, they are known for being a hard worker. And it looks like you are putting in a lot of hard work. But because you're not putting your work out there, you're not reaping the rewards. And that causes an imbalance. It's like you're only giving, but you're not receiving. So it's time to put your work out there so you can actually reap the rewards and receive what's meant to be yours. Oh, I love this reading. I truly love this reading. And I hope you guys feel encouraged and just a little bit more confident in yourself to pursue your passions. Now, next up, we have some self-care cards. So let's see what self-care might help for you guys. Maybe it will help you feel more empowered. It could be anything. Oh, wow. So clearly some of you guys are singers or musicians or want to be pop stars. And you should go for it. And if you're not, maybe there is a need for you to sing in the shower. Just use your voice. Like we said, communication is key. There's something about your throat chakra that just needs to vibrate. It needs to sing. Sing your own song is something that I'm hearing. So yeah, I mean, use your voice. And if you're good at singing, go for it. Definitely go for it. Then next up we have take a walk. And we got that message of being grounded or grounding yourself. So walking is one of the best ways to ground yourself. Also, if you are dealing with anxiety or your mind is really all over the place, just going for a walk will really help unravel the little brain fog that's in your head. It just drags it out slowly. It'll help calm your mind. And after a walk, you will feel a lot better. But I think most of you guys will know that. But at the same time, knowing and doing are two different things, right? I guess we saw that with the card somewhere underneath here. And the last self-care card we have is spend time with animals. So if you have a dog or a cat or a bunny or whatever animal you have, it might be time to connect with them. Give them a big hug. Maybe take them on the walk. Play with them. Or just watch them play or watch them sleep. Try to connect with them. By the way, I just uploaded a different video about messages from your pets, so maybe you're interested in that as well. Maybe they have something to tell you. But yeah, spend time with your pets. They are a great source of unconditional love. They will always love you and they will always support you. Even if you are having trouble with your confidence right now, they believe in you and they need you. So that's it for self-care. Now it's time to get into some channeled messages. And these channeled messages can literally be from anybody. They could be from a lover, they could be from a spirit guide, from the angels. So, or you can just have a certain person in your mind, or you can just see what falls out and you might have an inclination of as to from who it is. Again, my English is not always perfect. I'm sorry for that. You might be apologizing a lot as well or second guessing yourself a lot. So the first one we have is no. And with the boundary card, I think it's pretty clear that you need to learn how to say no. You need to learn how to set those boundaries. That will really help protect your energy. Maybe that is why you're out of balance, like you're always just doing whatever everybody wants, even though it's draining and even though you know you shouldn't be doing it. Let's see what else we get. So I think one flipped, but I'm not sure. Yeah. The one that flipped is over here. There are more that flipped, we'll take them. We have I see a future with you. So, or this is someone in your life that really wants to have a future with you. But I can also interpret this as your future is going to be very bright. We see a bright future for you. I do think that that is very strong for a lot of people. We also have love conquers all. And in this reading, your loving heart, your compassionate heart, acting from a place of love, and that's something that you're very good at, will give you all the success that you want, or that you are like you want to grasp. Like your kindness, your heart is something that will make you shine and that will get you where you want to go. We also have I am too scared to reach out. So there are people that are wanting to reach out to you, but they might be fearful, or they might look up to you so much that they are holding back. Take it as it resonates. Maybe it doesn't resonate at all. That's fine. Or it might be just someone that you don't know, like a secret admirer. Alright, let me check how many flip, because yeah, 3 more, so that's okay. We'll take them. We have I know what I want. And I think that this is actually your higher self talking. So you know what you want. You just have to have the courage to go for what you want. We have your parents scare me. So maybe you are afraid of what your parents might tell you about pursuing this dream. Or someone else, this might be a romantic interest that is a little bit afraid of your parents. But I think for most of you guys, this is going to be about you wanting to please your parents, feeling that following your passion won't do that. But you have to look after yourself. You have to look at what you want for yourself. You know what you want. And you have to go for it, even if your parents disagree. I mean, you don't have to. But I do think that the most important person in your life is you. And I think that that's something you have to keep in mind when you make this decision. And we have, I don't like to see you so sad. Aw, that's so sad. I wish I could do anything for you. Like, I'd love to give you a big hug. I am sending you a lot of love and healing, because that's all I can do from here. Try to take good care of yourself, because you deserve that. But Spirit doesn't like to see you sad. The people around you don't like to see you so sad. And we're truly hoping that you just find that spark and you go for it, because that's what you were meant to do. And I think that you were never supposed to give up. You were just supposed to take on these lessons and grow stronger from them. Now, let's take a look at your 2 oracle cards, the last 2 cards that we have for you today. Let me refocus. There we go. So the first card we have is Air, Paradigm Shift. This is a time of tremendous change, and the speed of our evolution is increasing exponentially. We can build energetic serenity, inspire others, connect dots, and receive and share the knowledge and tools needed for transformation. As we wake up, we can't help but awaken those around us. It may start with an inquiry on what this fresh, new, and long-awaited breathe in is all about. An expansive being holds a tiny heart-shaped seedling. When the foundations we build on come from a place of love over fear, we will see huge positive changes in the world. We can start with ourselves. So yes, your whole world is changing if you choose to act from a place of love over fear. So trust that when you follow your heart, these positive changes are coming your way. And then the next card, so by the way, I'm a little bit distracted because my dogs were having fun and just roaming around crazily. So I hope it's not too distracting. My camera shifted. There we go. So let's see what the last one says. Balanced forces. So we had something about balance before, right? But let's see what it says. Balanced forces. The Lemurian people are said to have been androgynous, a perfect balance of what became masculine and feminine energy, as it densified into physical form. This card invites you to look at masculine and feminine energy from a more balanced perspective. What needs to happen to form a more holistic and equalized foundation? For more masculine drive and focus, concentrate on goals, desired and ambitions. If you want to engage more feminine energy for receptivity, trust, flow and surrender, consider all the things you are already grateful for. Feel the warmth, gratitude and comfort of knowing everything is divinely perfect, just the way it is. So again, the message of balance and also looking at your masculine energy as well as your feminine energy, this queen that you have over here. So that brings me to the end of the reading, a little bit of a messy reading, but I do hope it resonates or it gave you some clarity and comfort. I want to thank you so much for watching. You'd really help me out by giving me a like or a comment or subscribing and click on the bell button if you are interested, of course, in watching more of my videos. I'm not gonna try and convince anybody, but if you feel called to do so, I will love that. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you a lot of love, a lot of healing, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye guys!